Good day, everyone. So, my name is Sir Sam. I'm one of the teacher of empowerment technology, and now I'm here to discuss to you the lesson one, which is the introduction to information and communication technologies. In today's generation, information and communication technologies are commonly used in our everyday life. We are using phones to communicate to our family, friends, work, and businesses. ICT is playing a role in the development of social businesses, especially here in the Philippines. That's why our country was dubbed as the ICT hub of Asia. This is because of the huge growth of ICT related job, which is BPO industry, or BPO stands for business processing outsourcing, or we mostly called it call center. ICT stands for the information communication technologies that deals with the use of different communication such as mobile phones, telephones, internet, etc. for us to locate, save, send, and even edit information. When the World Wide Web was created or invented by Tim Berners-Lee in 1989, most web pages were static. Static is also known as a flat page or an ordinary page, in the sense that it is at is, or it cannot be manipulated by the user. So the content is also the same for the user, and it's also called read only. So in other words, the early web allowed us to search information and just read it. As the time goes by, Web 1.0 evolved, and the evolution of this is the Web 2.0. Web 2.0 is an evolution of Web 1.0 by adding dynamic web pages, and user is able to see a website differently than the others. Example of this are include social networking sites, blogs, wikis, web app, and hosted services. It allows the users to interact with the page instead of just reading a page. So the users may able to comment or create their user account. That is why Web 2.0 is called read-write web. There are some features of Web 2.0. First one is taxonomy, wherein we are able, or the user is able to categorize, classify, and even arrange information using freely chosen keywords, or this is referring to hashtag. Number two, rich user experience. The content is dynamic and responsive to users' input. So a website that shows local content can be the example of rich user experience. Next one is a long tail. So this is the same as you are subscribing to a data plan that charges you for the amount of bandwidth that you're using. User participation. The owner of the website is not the only one who is able to put the content. Others are able to place a content by their own by means of comment, reviews, and evaluation. An example of user participation is Shopee, Lazada, Amazon.com, eBay. So these examples are a online shop or online shopping application. Next one is software as a service. So users will be able to subscribe to a software only when needed rather than purchasing them. So for us to not expend a lot of money, we will be using this one. Why? Because this is the cheaper option if you do not always need to use a software. Next one is the mass participation. So mass participation, this is a diverse information sharing through the universal web access. Okay, so that is the features of Web 2.0. And again, it was evolved, so it became the World Wide Web 3.0 and the Semantic Web. So according to W3C, the Semantic Web provides a common framework that allows data to be shared and reused across application, enterprise, and community boundaries. The aim of Web 3.0 is to have a machines or servers to understand the user's preference to be able to deliver web content, specifically targeting the user and referred as the read, write, and execute web. So here are the several problems of Web 3.0. Number one is compatibility, which is HTML files and current web browsers could not support by Web 3.0. Security. So the user security is always in questions since the machine is saving his or her preferences or her information, Next one is the vastness. So the World Wide Web already had billions of web pages. And next one is vagueness. So certain words are imprecise. So just like the word old and small, so it depends on the user, how you're going to use it. And last is the logic. Since machines use logic, there are certain limitations. For a computer to able to predict, the user is referring to a given time. So that are the several problems on Web 3.0. Now let's talk about the trends in ICT. The first trend is convergence. So technological convergence is the synergy of technological advancement to work on a similar goal or task. So if we will be having a goal or a task with similar to other work, so this is the synergy of the technology and we can use the convergence technology. Second one is social media. So social media is a website, it can be an application, it can be also a channel, an online channel that enable web users to create. They can able to co-create, discuss, modify, and even exchange user-generated content. So those pictures are the examples of social medias. So we have 6 types of social media. First one is social networks. So social networks allows you to connect with other people with having the same interest or background. So the example of this is Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, wherein you can be able to connect to other people by just messaging them, or if you have some interest, you can easily saw it here on the applications given. Next one is bookmarking sites. So this bookmarking sites allows you to store and manage links to various websites or resources. So Pinterest, Delicious, Dig is an example of a bookmarking sites. Next one is social news. So social news allows users to post their own new item or links to other news sources. Okay, so you can post here, like we can use LinkedIn, Shoutware, Slashdot, and many more. Next one is media sharing. So if you want to share or if you want to upload some content like image, music, and video, you can use YouTube, Vidler, Dailymotion, Flickr for other people saw your media content or your image, music, or video. So easily, if you want to share any content that you want, you can use this media as a platform. Next one is the microblogging. So microblogging focused on the short updates from the user. So for example, I'm the user and I want to post something about myself, about what's happening on myself, on my environment. I can post on these applications or websites um, to update what's happening to me. So basically, the most common used is the Twitter and the Tumblr. Okay? And last is the blogs and forums. So if you want to post something, if you want to post your own content, you can easily use these apps or these websites to use as a platform to post your contents. So let's go back to the trends in ICT. Number 3 trends is mobile technologies. So nowadays, smartphones, tablet has been taken the major rise over the years, since people want to have an easily life and they can easily search, they can easily communicate with other people, so they're using technologies. So since they're using technologies, let's talk about the kinds of operating system. So we have different kinds of phones, so there is different kind of operating system. First of all is the iOS. So iOS is used only on Apple devices, such as iPhones and iPads. Android. So an Android is an open sourcing operating system. Of course, it is developed by Google. BlackBerry OS. So this is used only on a BlackBerry phones. Windows Phone OS. This is a closed source and proprietary operating system that is developed by Microsoft. Symbian. So this is originally a smartphone OS used by Nokia devices. Web OS. This is originally used on smartphones, but now this is used on smart TVs. Windows Mobile, developed by Microsoft for smartphones and Pocket PCs. So these are the kind of operating system that we are using nowadays. And the fourth trend on ICT is the assistive media. So it can assistive media assist those who have visual and reading impairment. So people who can't hear, who can see, can use this media. Okay, this is a non-profit service designed to help people. So a database of audio and recording is used to read to the user. So that is all for the lesson 1. So thank you so much, everyone.